Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to present a rather controversial poem by Du Fu. There are a lot of debate about what this poem is about. Some scholars argue that it is a satire attacking a brutal young general named Hua Jingding. Other scholars claim that it is just a simple poem praising a piece of music performed by a musician with the surname Hua. Well, you can tell me which opinion is more feasible in the comment section after watching this video. I'm Dr. Gao, a philosopher obsessed with poetry. I make videos about classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and traditional Chinese medicine. Please click the like button and subscribe my channel. Your support is very important to me. If you would like to donate to my channel, you can find the Patreon link in the homepage of my channel or the description section down below. I also offer online lessons on these subjects. So, if you would like to have personally tailored lessons or read original text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Now, back to today's poem. The title of the poem is Zheng Hua Qing, or To the Young General Hua. This poem was composed at the same time as the other two quatrains I presented recently when Du Fu was living at Chengdu. The war between the rebellion warlords and the royal army was still going on, and many of the officials and artists fled to Chengdu, or the blockade city as it is referred in this poem. Zheng literally means to give a gift. We can roughly translate it as dedicate. Hua is the surname of this young man, and Qing is an endearing title for a young man or woman. Here it refers to the young general. If you would like to translate it literally, the title would be To My Dear Hua. I choose to translate the title as To the Young General Hua because I think the poem is for a young general rather than for a musician. I'll tell you my reasons in my analysis of the poem and the arguments later on. Now, let me tell you a bit about this young general Hua. We don't know very much about him except a few lines from 旧唐书, or the old edition of the Tang Dynasty history, and another poem Du Fu composed about him. According to 旧唐书, or the old edition of Tang Dynasty history, General Hua's name was Hua Jingding, and was a high-ranked officer in the army led by the Governor-General of Chengdu, Cui Guangyuan. The Governor-General of Zi District, Duan Zizhang, rebelled in April 621 CE. General Hua Jingding, fighting along the other generals of Governor Cui's army, put down Duan's rebellion quickly in less than 3 weeks. And Hua caught and executed Duan himself, and brought back Duan's head to Governor Cui as a victory trophy. General Hua and his fellow generals allowed their soldiers sack the Zi district and killed several thousands of civilians. They even cut off some women's hands to rob them their armbands or bracelets. The old edition of Tang Dynasty history was compiled around 941 CE, more than 200 years after these events. So we don't know if these facts were true. However, Du Fu also composed another poem in the title of 细作花青歌, or a song making fun of General Hua. 2 lines from this poem are rather shocking. 纸张骷髅血模糊，手提字环崔大夫。段之章's skull, all blurred by blood, he carried back in hand to toss it to Governor General Cui. If this was a realistic description of the scene based on military report, it shows General Hua's character. We learned from other poems by Du Fu that he strongly disapproved killing the prisoners of war, and such behavior must have disgusted him. So, these records seem supporting the opinion that this poem was a satire attacking General Hua. The 旧唐书 also reported that Cui's army did not leave Sichuan after they repressed the rebellion. Instead, they stayed at the capital Chengdu and enjoyed their victory lavishly by entertaining themselves with music and dance that was reserved only for the royalties. And it was very common for the generals and officials to entertain themselves by these artists. That is why some scholars argue that this poem was not about General Hua, but for a musician named Hua. And the poem was simply to praise how excellent his performance was. So, let's read the poem first. 锦城丝管日纷纷，半入江风半入云。此曲只应天上有，人间能得几回闻。锦 means brocade, 城 means city. 锦城 also known as 锦官城 refers to Chengdu, which used to be the capital of silk manufacture. And a government agency was set up in charge of the silk manufacture, transportation, and distribution since the Qin Dynasty in the 3rd century BCE. Si literally refers to the silk strand used as a string in string instruments, but here it refers to string instruments. Guan literally refers to bamboo pipes or other wind instrument made of bamboo or other materials. So, 诗管 here refers to the music produced by string or wind instruments. It is worth noting that before the Tang Dynasty, the Sichuan regions were backwaters, and there was not many high-end musicians who can play such advanced musical instruments. It was the court musicians who fled to Chengdu brought such music with them. David and I decided to translate 诗管 as fine music, implying it was the court music. If you have any suggestions for this phrase, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I would love to know your suggestions. 日 means daily. 纷纷 means continuously. 半 means half. 入 means enter. 江 means river. 风 means wind. 半 again means half. 入 means enter. 云 means cloud. The first part of this line is easy to understand. The music is performed at a place by the river, so the wind carries the music afar. But the second part of this line is a bit puzzling. Why Du Fu specifically pointed out half of the music reaches the clouds? Was he saying that the music was performed in high pitch? Or was he saying that the music was performed loudly? Well, this is a reference to a story known as 响恶行云, or a sound was so loud and moving that it stops the floating clouds. The story was recorded in 列子 or Master Lie, Volume 5. It tells a story of a young man studying music with a master named Qin Qing. After some time, the disciple thought he had learned all the singing skills from his master, and bid farewell to his master. Master Qin held a farewell party at the stop station at the outskirts of his town. Before the disciple departed, the master offered to sing a song for him. When the master started singing, his voice rang through the nearby forest and reached the sky. It was so moving that it stopped the floating clouds. This is the story Du Fu was invoking in this line. He wanted to show how beautiful and refined the music was. 尺 means this, 曲 means melody, 指 means only, 音 means shoot, 天 means heaven or sky, 上 means above, 天上 means both the heavens and the sky. It is quite interesting that Du Fu was making a pun in this line, that the music reaches the clouds in the sky as well as it was so enchanting that it was fitting for the ears of gods. Since the emperor also has the name of 天子, or the son of heavens, and the music was performed by the court musician, he was also implying that the music should only be performed for the royalties, hence the controversies triggered by this poem. 有 means exist. We also translated 有 as perform rather than exist to make the line read better in English. 人间 means the human world. 能 means can. 得 means get to. 几回 means how often. when means here. So, the whole poem can be translated as, in the broken city there is fine music day after day. Half of it carried on the river wind, the other half high at the clouds. Such music should only be performed in the heavens. How often can it be heard in the human world? This poem is a quotation and quite easy to understand on the surface. Many contemporary Chinese read it as a compliment for a piece of music performed excellently. However, for many scholars, the poem triggered a lot of debate about what exactly Du Fu meant by this poem. Although the poem used the title of To General Hua, General Hua was not a friend in Du Fu's social circle. There was no exchange of letters or poems between the two of them. But Du Fu composed two poems related to General Hua, including another poem that was an attack on the general's brutality, but disguised as a compliment of his military achievement. There are good reasons to believe this poem is a satire attacking the general's transgression and breaching of the Confucian moral code. A scholar official from the Ming Dynasty named Yang Shen read both poems and concluded that this quotation was a satire attacking General Hua's character and his immoral conduct. Another Ming Dynasty scholar and literary critic named Hu Yinglin agreed with Yang Shen. However, a Qing Dynasty scholar named Huang Sheng and other Qing scholars argued that there was no historical record criticizing General Hua's breach of the Confucian moral code. The general was even worshipped by the local people, and a temple was erected near today's Leshan city to commemorate him. He was also praised by several Song Dynasty emperors for his military achievement in reprising the rebels. A research paper published in 1983 by a scholar named Guo Shixin argues that this poem is simply a poem praising the excellent music performed by a former court musician with the surname Hua. It has nothing to do with General Hua. I believe the poem is about General Hua, given the fact that Du Fu composed two poems related to General Hua with a similar satire tone, attacking his immoral conducts. As I mentioned several times in my other videos about Du Fu, he was a true Confucian. For Du Fu, it was really important that one follows the Confucian moral code. In the Analects, Confucius openly condemned the immoral conducts of the Ji family, who had the Ba Qiao, or a dance reserved only for the Zhou kings, performed for themselves. Confucius regarded such conducts as a serious offense against the Zhou Dynasty moral code. As a true Confucian, I think Du Fu would also be outraged by such conducts condemned by Confucius. What do you think? Do you think this poem was a simple compliment for an excellent performance, or a satire attacking General Hua? Please let me know in the comment section. I'm also going to post our translation side by side with Professor Owen's translation in the community page. Can't wait to see your comments. I'm Dr. Gao, a philosopher obsessed with poetry. I make videos about classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and traditional Chinese medicine. Please click the like button and subscribe my channel. Your support is very important to me. If you would like to donate to my channel, you can find the Patreon link in the homepage of my channel or the description section down below. I also offer online lessons on this subject. If you would like to have personally tailored lessons or read the original Chinese text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you next time.